If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 194 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We are having a very successful season so far. We've picked up the European Super Cup to kick us off, and we're currently sat third in the Barclays Premier League table after 4 games. We're playing Norwich today, who, as you can see, are having a decent season themselves, sat in 5th. Not the obvious starting lineup from them. A few players that obviously you wouldn't expect to see in a Norwich lineup, including a certain number 4 at their right back slot, Tav Walongwa, who obviously we've recently sold to them from our rotation squad. So we are again facing a former teammate of my starting 11, but a very strong side. Tony Kroos there in midfield, of course, alongside James Ward-Prowse, who actually, to be fair, so far has been overshadowing Tony Kroos. But as you can see, now we have, after never having a real free kick specialist, now we have 2 to try and decide from, with Tony Kroos and James Ward-Prowse. Kroos hits the post with his opening free kick after 2 minutes, and then 10 seconds later, Palsonly celebrating having put the ball into the back of the net from the rebound. So brilliant start, I thought to myself. 1-0 up after 2.5 minutes. Couldn't have asked for more. Down come Norwich on the left-hand side. They're going to get the cross in eventually. Stand out towards the near post. Real mix-up from the 2 defenders. And Charlie Austin nips in to equalise for Norwich on just the 7th minute. I was livid at my defenders there for just the CPU running into me as I was trying to attack the ball. Charlie Austin involved again though, just a few moments later into Rubio. Now it's 2-1 Norwich after 14 minutes. Brilliant! Exactly what I wanted. I couldn't have asked for a better start. 1-0 up after 2 minutes, and then less than 15 minutes later, you find yourself actually being behind. So 2-1 to Norwich, 25th minute now. LeQuant into the box. Nice little back heel to Jake Livermore. Nice little back heel from Jake Livermore to LeQuant again. Gavranovic into the back of the net. We're 3-1 down to Norwich now at Carrow Road. What's going on? 1-0 up after 2 minutes. Into the second half we go. Still Norwich on the front foot. I was thinking, where did we go wrong? Matteo Musacchio, though, trying to get it away. Yusuf Palsson plays it into Tony Kroos. This is actually a very nice counter-attack, as you can see. Swift first one-touch passing. Then Tav Walongwa gets caught flat-footed, being played at left-back now in the second half for some reason. We are able to get the ball stood up into the box thanks to Sadio Mane, and Yusuf Palsson makes it 3-2 on the hour mark. Okay, turning things around. Can we get ourselves back in it? Not the best of sliding tackles, but then Timo Werner jumps in and does get the ball back. Yusuf Palsson wasn't really too sure which way to go with him there. Then Georgiev gets it out wide to Timo Werner because there wasn't really too much space to get it onto his left. He's on his left this time though as he stands up inside the box. Lovely turn, and then somehow manages to get tackled and then have the ball popped straight back to his feet so he can put it into the back of the net to make it 3-3, and that's how the game ended. That was a mental opening first 20 minutes or so, first half an hour. Unfortunately, we were able to recover in the second half to scrape ourselves a point against Norwich. So we will stay in the Champions League spots for now, but we'll have to come back to cup action yet again. There's been a lot of Champions League football so far this season, but now we have ourselves a game against Brighton in the Capital One Cup. So David Stockdale in goal. Obviously you'll know that name. They've got Solly March on the right hand side, who's very fast. Kazenga Lualua, who's also pretty pacey on the other flank. So we're going to have to be careful that they don't get around the outside of us and cause us too many problems down the wings. Although we do have extreme pace at wing back ourselves. Arias is like 90 plus pace and Baraki is like 97 pace. So not a problem. Pione Sisto and Kirchner starting out wide for us in the midfield for this one. And Kwesi Appiah, I think, actually started up top for me here as well. Unfortunately, Sodo Berahino is still injured, so we don't have quite the full squad to call upon, but they come close to taking the lead after the 6th minute there. Really nice work, nicely worked move that fortunately for me went past the far post rather than nesting into that bottom corner though. Strail Georgiev dancing inside the box, turns inside nicely, left-footed shot, brilliant save from David Stockdale, throws out a right arm to it. I don't know what happened there, apparently I fouled the man in winning the ball back from that tackle. Don't really think I did, but never mind. Strail Georgiev is involved again. He's got a man in front of him. Not too sure whether to play it into him or go solo. Still trying to go solo, working onto the left foot. It does eventually get tackled, so the ball ends up at Adarabioyo's feet. Brighton, though, still struggling to get the ball away at the back, but unfortunately, sorry for me, We weren't able to quite force it over the line or even have a decent shot that wasn't well blocked. So into the second half we go. We were resurgent in the second half against Norwich, and we were going to get off to a decent start, but not the best of starts. We're still creating chances on the hour mark, but not able to get the ball into the back of the net still. Baraki pushing forward down this left-hand side. Georgiev turns inside, gets tackled, drops back to Baraki, who gets tackled, drops to Kiesner, whips the cross in, and how is that for a header from Kwesi Appiah? David Stockdale got a hand to it, but it wasn't enough to keep it out. Going in off the woodwork, we at last have ourselves a 1-0 lead. Good. 10 minutes to go though. Brighton coming forward trying to find themselves an equaliser. Obviously, if it does go, if we are level after 90 minutes, it will go to extra time. Fortunately for me though, their shot was deflected and went wide from Arias. Really threw himself in front of this one. He almost face down on the floor by the time the ball actually hits him on the back, but they're going to have their corner 84th minute, and it's going to be Kazenga Luwalawa to stand it up into the middle. We get it clear initially, and I was expecting a defender to come across to get this, but nobody seemed to close Appiah down. What's the defender in the middle as well? We get to about here, and he goes, no, I've had enough. See you boys, I'm going back to the halfway line. What was that? I mean, okay, I'll take that. Cheers, you freed up the space for me to square it to Georgiev, who incidentally couldn't find the back of the net. Stockdale with another good save, but it dropped straight to Kiesner. We made it 2-0, and that really put the game beyond any reasonable doubt. But what was their centre-back doing? I was coming down the right-hand side, and he just straight up turned around and ran off. We were fortunate not to concede one to give them a little bit of slim hope towards the end, though, with that particular chance coming back off the post. And in actual fact, the striker was offside, so even if it had have gone in, it wouldn't have counted. But from that offside free kick, we're coming down the left-hand side. Kiesner takes it past 2. I'm really torn at left mid, whether to play Kiesner consistently or whether to play Timo Werner. But on the right-hand side, Sadio Mane has had his first team spot put under pressure now by Pione Sisto, who's really, hit the ground running since joining the club. He's been flying down that right-hand side, scores himself a goal there to make it 3-0 to round the game out, and has picked up a couple of good assists as well since coming into the club in the summer transfer window. So I'm torn at both, wide spots in my starting lineup. Pione Sisto or Sadio Mane, or Kiesner or Timo Werner. But I suppose it is a good situation to be in where you're not sure what your best 11 is because everybody is playing out of their skin and putting in performances to warrant a first team start. So Sadio Mane is back in here for this game against Derby in the Barclays Premier League, but I may be swapping him out for Pione Sisto just to give him a decent run in the first team. See actually if he can grow a little bit. He is obviously the perfect rotation player, 74 rated, but has enough pace, dribbling and crossing ability to really make an impact when he comes onto the pitch. So maybe I'll give him a go in the first team, see if we can get some growth out of Pione Sisto. Sadio Mane is already 80 rated and doesn't look like he's going to improve much more this season. So maybe we should try Pione Sisto. But Timo Werner slots it through to Georgiev here and draws a good save out of their goalkeeper. And they try and get it away with Forsyth there, but it drops to Pausen. James Ward-Prowse will pick it up, go for a smack from distance, well blocked. They'll try and clear it again, and it still won't get cleared properly. John Stones is going to be underneath that, powering header to James Ward-Prowse again. We'll try another shot from distance, shall we? Nope, straight at the goalkeeper this one, unfortunately. Not able to get ourselves in front. But at least we haven't conceded inside the opening 5 minutes for the first time in 2 games. So, positive signs. Yusuf Pausen into Tony Kroos here. Got plenty of space on this right-hand side for Sadio Mane this time. Mentioned Pione Sisto's been putting in some good crosses. Not the best of crosses, actually, for Sadio Mane. The defender actually got to that first, ahead of Georgiev. But we weren't able to score from the corner either. We're in the second half now, by the time the next chance comes around. Tony Kroos into Pausen. Nice turn. Takes it in his stride well. Gets tackled though, but James Ward-Prowse pushes forward. Georgiev makes the right run through the middle. Clean through. Can he finish? No. Brilliant save. Is he going to sneak in the bottom post? No, it doesn't. It goes just wide. So 66 minutes in, we'll continue to try and get ourselves in front. We've not been successful so far. Again, wonderful feat from Yusuf Pausen. His dribbling is just unbelievable. James Ward-Prowse though into Mane. Good finish from Sadio Mane. Maybe I won't put Pione Sisto in the first team. Mane finishing, giving us a 1-0 lead there where we've been knocking on the door for the entire game. 10 minutes to go now. We're just playing it about at the back, trying to work a proper move, not trying to get caught on the counter-attack by Derby if we push and commit too many people forward. Kwesi Appiah, though, just come on as a substitute. He's going to go for a run here, and wonderful striking movement from Georgiev. Stays with the defender until the last moment and then makes the right run at the right time so Kwesi can drill it back to him, and that's 2-0. Then just 60 seconds later, later from kickoff. Georgiev putting pressure on the defender. Kwesi Appiah steals it off him into Sadio Mane. Nice little Ronaldo chop to turn inside. Feeds it across to Ivaz. First time hit into the back of the net. 3-0, so that's 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes. And then just 2 minutes after that, we're having another chance. Down the right-hand side again with Mane. Heavily involved, actually, Mane here. The ball pings about for a bit, but we do get it under control. James Ward-Prowse loads of space on his left-hand side for Kishner, who's just come onto the pitch for Timo Werner, who's left us. Lovely turn inside, and now Kishner's popping up with goals as well. Lovely hit from him. That's 3 goals in 5 minutes. We're in stoppage time at the end of the game now. 4-0 is the scoreline. Pretty comfortable considering the way that the first half went, but Georgiev in behind here gets smashed from behind as he's having the shot. A red card for Derby and a penalty for us. In the 81st minute, it was 1-0. In the 91st minute, we've the chance to make it 5-0. Mark Sutton getting sent, or Ryan Sutton, sorry, getting sent off. You can see why it was given as a foul and a red card. It's just a ridiculous challenge. But Georgiev's going to dust himself off and take the penalty himself. Obviously, our Bulgarian star has been very good for us all the way through this career mode, and he continues to put the ball into the back of the net for us at the top end of the Barclays Premier League. So 5-0 is the final scoreline. You can see 82nd minute was when the second goal went in, and it ended up 5. 82, 84, 88, 90. Thank you very much. We'll take a 5-0 win. We've got Marseille next in the Champions League, who lost 2-0 to Juventus. So if we can capitalise on that and, get a win against them ourselves, that will definitely help our Champions League campaign. But our BPL campaign is going very well so far. Just ourselves and Tottenham remain undefeated in the BPL so far. We're level on points with them, ahead on goal difference, thanks in no small part to that 5-0 win over Derby. But yeah, 14 points, level with Tottenham, and Chelsea, Newcastle and Everton all sat 1 point behind us. But very good season so far. Everything is going to plan. For the final season of this series, we look like we could be challenging for the Barclays Premier League title genuinely for the first time. We kind of had a little go last year, but then kind of fell off towards the end and had to settle for 3rd place. But still, we're in the Champions League too, and it's a ridiculously strong group in the Champions League, but I'm confident that we can get out of it. But that's going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, and subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, and I'll see you next time.